I replaced the bulb in the rear dome light, and it still doesn't work. So today I came out to investigate, and this would probably be a good reason why. So I got all my tools ready and getting ready to plug up my soldering iron. These little inverters are handy for stuff like that. They may not run a whole lot, but stuff like soldering irons and whatnot do a great job. I got my wires twisted up, and I know I can solder and tape. The problem is solved, and the light is on. This is the one I just put in. It's not like I want, but now that I've got a welder, I can close up the hole. I can do whatever I want with this. I basically just put it up here for the time being so I could have some compartment light, and the one down there works. So I'm just happy to have a little inside light. And take a look how badly worn these tires are. There's absolutely no tread left to do any good. Even in the rain, I don't think these tires would be any good. So I'm going to sit them by the curb and let somebody pick them up that wants them. Now these are the new ones. I'll move on to the front one so you can see it better. These are Primewell PA100s, 31 by 1050, and they look good on this truck. I got the 31 1050s because that's all I was going to spend. $100 a tire at Firestone, and I'm going to tell you what, it makes this truck really look good. If you look at the tread, look at the depth of this tread. I mean, my finger goes way down in there. Hey, that's a nice chunky lug. They're spaced apart evenly enough that I feel pretty good about it. On a smaller tire, the chunks are closer together. On this 31, man, I tell you what, it just really looks good. Looks real good, and I'm real pleased with them. I had pulled over to stop for a helping accident the other day, and it was raining pretty good. I pulled way down in a ditch, almost like a gully. And in two-wheel drive, this thing pulled it right back at. Look at the siping. That's pretty nice. I like that. And it pulled in two-wheel drive. It pulled itself out of the wet grass with no wheel spin. I was really impressed with that. So this is a Primewell PA100. $100 a tire at Firestone. I just really don't think you can go wrong with that. There they are, the set of 4 Baldies. Let's see how long she sits there. I bet you somebody's going to come along and say, damn, them tires are in better shape than the ones I got, and take them home, which is why I put them out there. Plus it saves me a tire disposal fee. I'm crazy this morning. What is that, old military? You see, he's talking about the power steering pump is dual grooved. And dual groove there, and then that comes to the air conditioner pump. That's probably why it's swollen, because it needs that second belt. So we're gonna move that belt back, put the other belt on. We're gonna still bypass the air conditioner, and we'll have 2 belts on the power steering pump like it calls for, and then we're gonna replace the alternator belt. So this guy's pretty smart. Here, Family Auto, down in the hood. Now this was the factory coolant reservoir. It is bolted to the front and over here to the battery box. Now what is happening, every time it would get hot and coolant would come out of the hose there at the top of the radiator, it would go into the reservoir and then straight to the ground, because it's busted. So what I've done is I've hooked up another one. This is also for 6.2, but it just has some tabs there. I marked it, drilled it, mounted it, plumbed it in, and it's working great. And it's not busted and leaky either. Here's the battery box that I got at the junkyard. It's rusted up, but it's not rusted through. It's solid and good shape, but it's got this bolt some jack leg put in there. It looks like a self-tapping screw, and rusted off and busted. Well, this one's the one I pulled out. This section is good, so I'm going to cut it out and weld it in place to this one. But you can see how rusted up this one is. It's just all falling apart, bending, cracking, rusted all the way through. This one's salvageable. I can put the wire wheel and a grinder to it, coat of paint, and it's in a lot better shape. So that's what I'm going to do today. There's my Eastwood Big 135 running off straight CO2, and these are some of the first beads I've run with 035 wire, and I tell you what, it's friggin' hot. You can look at the heat discolorations. You look down here at this heat, I just ran a bead on top. It's just all the way in there. A nice well lays down real nice. That daggone piece is still hot. Got a little undercut there, but I wasn't trying to avoid undercut on that end. I was trying to close that off. And a nice bead there. That's pretty nice. Now I'm a little skinny here, but I'm just messing around with it. Made a few adjustments on some settings and whatnot, and just trying it out. So 035 solid wire. I'm really putting out a lot of heat. Now I'm sitting on H 4.5, so that's a lot of heat. HI 4.5. The wire speed's just right. That thing, it puddles up really nice, and the puddle comes up pretty quick. So you don't have to sit there and wait. You can pretty much just kind of run your stitch right on across, and it'll just fill in. So let's get this done now. That's what we're here for. Now there's a piece I chopped off. Not too big a piece. I'll get the other one chopped off, and then I can marry it to here. And then I can clean it up, paint it, and reinstall it. Right, here's a piece off our other one, and I cut it a little larger intentionally so that I'd be able to just grind it down and grind it to fit instead of having a great big gap. So I'm just going to hit that with the grinder until it fits snugly in there, tack it and weld it. Then I'll take the grinder and I'll call that rust down, hit it with some flat black. And once I do that, then I'll be able to bolt my battery block in. That holds the battery in the battery box, and then it'll be secure. Now she's just tacked up a little bit, and I want to test fit it before I weld the clip on. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's gonna keep her in place real good. So let me get her welded up, ground down, cleaned up, paint it, and put back in the war wagon. Alright, there's our finished product. Now I'm real happy with it. I don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and knock the weld down just a tad with the grinder. And I'm getting ready to make an oxidized storm. I'm going to hit this rust with the grinder. And a poof of red powder is going to go everywhere. And then I'll have it all cleaned up, maybe hit it with the wire wheel, and go ahead and paint it. Well, there she is installed and ready to receive the battery. So let's get that in there. These are the new terminals I got for it. This is actually cranking and running a lot better. Well, not running, but it's cranking a lot better. Seems to be charging better too.